Hey there, Cancer. I hope you guys are doing really well. I'm going to go ahead and get into a relationship reading for you. I did a series of those last week, and folks seem to respond to them positively, so we shall see. Yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish, and if you're seeking a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. Also, if you feel inclined to check out the other readings for your other sign placements, messages may be there. So show me energy for the person that is on Cancer's mind, please. We'll start with their feelings. Their feelings for Cancer, please. All right. What is this person's feelings for the sign of Cancer? You have the King of Wands here, Cancer. Could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. If not, this could just be somebody who is very passionate about you, or somebody who is very bold in their approach. And this goes, so it could be your energy as well. Feel free to mix and match the energies if you're recognizing that something isn't, if you feel it needs to be changed. Show me this person's intentions towards Cancer, please, at this time. What is this person's intentions towards Cancer at this time? This person's in their head right now. This is very opposing energy, considering their feelings are the King of Wands and then their intentions are the Eight of Swords. Very oppositional energies. So yeah, feelings engulfed. Very, very heavy feelings, but also not doing anything, or feeling like, their hands may be tied by circumstance, but not really being able to address anything effectively at this time. Even as I say that, their actions towards you have the moon flying out. This is emotional insecurity, emotional lack of clarity, confusion, anxiety. This can also talk a lot about like feeling insecure within ourselves, not knowing how to address things, not knowing how to see ahead. With the moon showing up, oftentimes like in the Rider-Waite, you'll see like a little crab or a lobster crawling out of the water, and then there's like a coyote and a wolf on the side of him or something, and like basically energy is there, or the imagery is like the path before you is not well lit. You're going to come across some strange characters on this path. You don't know exactly what you're stepping on in the dark. You don't know how to see your way through the dark, so in addition to just feeling emotionally off about something or confounded, it's like an energy where not being able to actualize the direction that they're supposed to take is also another aspect of them being daunted by this. It's overrun. Their energy is overrun by this. What is Cancer's feelings at this time? You have the Empress here as your feelings are concerned, Cancer. And so with your feelings, I mean, you may have an understanding of where this person is coming from, but it's also not going to be affecting you because you understand that that's their journey. With the Empress here as well, I feel that in your life in general, you're likely dealing with a lot of situations that just require your energy, but also like hold you in high regard. They don't drain you. Like you would likely be in a position in life where you're not being drained by other people. Like your presence is needed and welcomed. You're very effective in how you show up. And with the Empress as well, this can also be that nurturing aspect here. She seeks harmony. Harmony flows within her life, not just in her relationships, but in her connection with the earth, her experience within money. Like it's a flow. With the Empress, it's a easy flow. It's easy. It's a sense of personal empowerment and personal understanding and personal awareness, you know. So I feel your energies about this situation are in a completely different place than this person's energies, Cancer. You know, yeah. The obstacle between you have Judgment in reverse. So oftentimes, even at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Cups, and then the other card that threw itself out was the Sun. So this is about awareness. But with the obstacle between the two of you, this is also indecision, because Judgment is in reverse. This can talk about having adverse situations or adverse energy, adversarial energy between the two of you, or maybe that's how this person perceives things, considering here the Moon is present. And also their intentions are the Eight of Swords. Like, this is all mental energy. It's not rooted in fact, it's rooted in feeling, and really confusing feelings. And so if this person has a tendency to mentally go to the worst possible places, or assume the worst, or assume that people think the worst of them, that's where their head is. With the obstacle is Judgment between the two of you. This is about maybe even somebody having made the wrong decision, and perhaps there may have been a lot of pride associated with the situation being rectified. And with you being showing up as the Empress, this is like you've kind of ascended out of that. You've kind of gotten a better understanding out of that energy. So it's like you're not as affected as maybe you once had been. What is the potential outcome between this person and with Cancer, please? It's too many cards. Show me one card, maybe two. What is the potential outcome here? Tower. You do have the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This reading started out with the King of Wands, so this is an energetic match, but it doesn't have to mean that you're on the same page. There's a lot of attraction here. Maybe this situation was born on attraction, but may have... It's the energy. It's no, we won't talk about that. No, we don't want to feel that. We don't want to. Oh God, that's ridiculous. And with the potential outcome, whatever has been withdrawn, withheld, and hidden, it may come out. It may come out. Okay. Let's go ahead and clarify here for you, Cancer, because this is very interesting. The Tower indicates sudden change and transformation. Why are their feelings the King of Wands for Cancer? Because you have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles for their feelings. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Whatever went on between the two of you, it feels like there's some... If this is a connection that is currently in your life right now, this is likely going to ascend to a very more... an energy that is much more grounded, much more intentional here. If this is something where... that obstacle being the Judgment card in reverse, if this is somebody that made difficult decisions that took them out of this situation, their feelings now are the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. For those feelings to show up and to see you as the Empress, this is very, I hold Cancer in highest regard. I see my life and future with this person. And so that may be an unshakable reality that this person is experiencing within themselves. For them to be showing up as the King of Wands, this is somebody that will take bold action towards what they are inspired by. But then you have the Eight of Swords with like their intentions. Three of Cups in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse, Two of Wands upright. This is about being able to let go of the pain, let go of the dissatisfaction, let go of the problems that may have arisen between the two of you. It's making peace with the pain. It's making peace with the regret of whatever has transpired at this time, but also being present enough in our mind and in our fortitude and in our bravery to make a move towards something new here with you, make a move towards some sort of opportunity or to create something here. This person also may be at a distance here with the Two of Wands. So there may be even more confusion in regard to how to get this thing off the ground, especially if there's just been a lot of pain here. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's in themselves. Part of their growth also, Cancer, is to verbalize and act, take action is part of their growth here. The Two of Wands, it talks about we go after what is of value to us. Even if it's at a distance, we go after it. It's making plans to create here. This is, do I choose the present or do I choose the future? Do I choose the past? Which direction am I going in? Oftentimes, it's going to require a very big decision. And over here, with the Judgment card being in reverse as the obstacle between you, this may be needing to make the right decision for this person if they kind of made a decision in the past that went against what was good. Why are their actions the Moon? You have the Page of Wands here with the Magician. So at this point, bottom of the deck, the Seven of Wands. This is very guarded energy, but also recognizing the necessity to communicate, recognizing the necessity to create new things. Their actions here, I would say, with the Magician and the Page of Wands, the Magician talks about, or the Page of Wands talks about communication. It talks about receiving messages, receiving emails, phone calls, energy. You may feel this person in your energy, considering the Moon is here, Cancer. You're ruled by the Moon as well. It's Piscean energy, but like Cancerian energy too. You feel. It's interesting that the Page of Wands is here paired with the Magician, just because this is something that can start small, but there's a lot of intention behind it here. I feel like this person is just scared to actually make a move, though, just with that Seven of Wands. It's like having to face their own fears, having to face their own doubts, you know. Oftentimes we'll put up boundaries within ourselves and with people just because we can only handle so much. It feels like this person has reached their limit with what they can handle, but also with the Eight of Swords here and their intentions. It's like, is this limitation real, or is it something that I've kind of conjured up in my mind because of the fear I have associated with moving forward? In your feelings, you have the Knight of Wands here. Is there more for this? Is there one more? Ten of Swords, Cancer. So Knight of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You know, when people act, is irresponsibly a word? When people act without responsibility to their situations, or they act out of alignment with people that should be present in their lives, when they make impulsive and rash decisions. Because I feel here with the Judgment card in reverse and this energy showing up with the Nine of Wands and then the Knight of Wands and Ten of Swords, whatever decision that was made in the past it shut things down. It stopped things here. This may have been something here, Cancer, where this person needed to go back to what was comfortable for them. And that can also indicate where growth and change is about to happen, because we must go back to what we know to get an understanding of, maybe I need to ascend from that. Maybe I need to grow from that. Maybe I need to experience more than what is or what the status quo has been, you know. But that also doesn't come at the expense. It comes at the expense of a connection here, Cancer. And your energy is the Empress. It's like, I feel in a lot of ways you're just dealing with your own life in your own power and being present in that energy, but also, what is that term? I suffer no fool. I suffer no fools. So it's like, you know, you are mindful of who you connect with moving forward here. With the Ten of Swords as well, this can also be a very deep betrayal that you may have experienced here through somebody's kind of like energy that was very chaotic and very abrupt and impulsive. So it's like you took the brunt of their behavior and now you've healed through it, or you were in the process of healing. Why is the obstacle between them the Judgment card in reverse? You have the Knight of Swords here. One more here. Get two cards. You have the Knight of Swords, you have the Death card, and you also have the Seven of Wands here with the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So the Lovers at the bottom of the deck is an acknowledgement of the connection. With the Death card here, this is saying what has been must transpire, it must end. What has been must be changed. Whatever hardship has happened to your Cancer, it feels like there's an awareness of shift and change and growth here. But we both must, if this is to come together, we both must be present for that. We both must be present for the change here. It's not about ego. It's not about feeling slighted. It's not about feeling like a grudge being held, and Cancers are real good at that. But it's being able to see beyond the experience. This reminds me of the Pisces reading, but theirs was way different, but not so different, but different. The energy about that reading was highly esoteric and got into like spiritual awareness and growth and like different ways to access that and different ways to see and perceive life, and also how we perceive we've been wrong. So if you feel like the Pisces reading might be something that you're interested in, or maybe you're dealing with a Pisces, I don't know, but the energy here, you've got the Moon. The energy here is one of growth and acceptance, but also the realization that transition must happen here through communication, through action, through being assertive with that Knight of Wands, or Knight of Swords, I'm sorry. The Seven of Wands does indicate having courage to accept the challenge in front of us and to continue on, but it also requires us to gain a different perspective on things, hopefully through the higher octave of a thing or a situation, so we can see bird's eye view type of energy, but that is entirely based upon how we grow. You know, if you're still blaming somebody or judging them or whatever, you can do that, but it also doesn't really indicate a lot of like growth and change or the ability to be malleable. Why is the potential outcome the Tower? Scorpio energy, Pluto energy. Again, another energy of transformation. You have the Death card here, and now you've got the Tower. So Queen of Wands. We started out with the King of Wands. Now we end with the Queen of Wands. And when I feel like this Tower came up, I feel the Queen of Wands was under it. Now she's under it again here. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Swords. So this is about messages. It's about communication. Start small. Start small. And if you feel that it is not your job to initiate this conversation, don't initiate it. If you know that that is not your position to do and that somebody else needs to do that, let them do that. And if they don't do that, remain in your Empress energy and continue on with your life. But since the Tower is here and since we have the King and Queen of Wands, this may be a rekindling, but it comes into focus when we are able to see each other as equals. So let's get an oracle energy for you guys. You got two cards. You have a change in the wind and deep knowing. So, and bottom of the deck, flexible. You must be flexible in this situation, Cancer. A change in the wind is literally where we must assess the foundations that we build things upon. The Tower is very much a change in the wind. It's about the foundation which things are built upon. Is it stable? Is it crumbling? Does it need to be reset? Do we need to just tear the whole thing down and start over, which is kind of the energy that I feel here? but also being flexible in the energy and how we accept those challenges, how we step into those challenges. Deep knowing, especially in regard to a love relationship. I'm gonna read from this deck or this book really quick. Let me find deep knowing, because oftentimes I feel like this card is soul recognition of a person. So number 43. I'll just read the relationship part of this meaning. Okay, deep knowing, intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, hypersensitivity. The relationship message of this card. There are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly into your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention. Two hearts are calling out to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person that you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. You're both showing up as a King and Queen of Wands here, which at least is equal playing ground. So be available to change, be available to being malleable, and go with the flow, be flexible here, because that's what the situation will require. Okay, so I hope that this is helpful, Cancer. Hopefully the sound didn't cut out just because it's been doing that lately. I don't know what's going on here. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish, and I hope this is helpful. Take care, guys. Bye.